Welcome to the Military Admission Information Hub's overview of the post 9/11 GI Bill benefit. To begin, what is the post 9/11 GI Bill and who is eligible for it? The post 9/11 GI Bill is a military education benefit for service members and veterans who served on active duty after September 10, 2001. It includes payment of tuition and fees, a monthly housing allowance, and a stipend for textbooks and supplies for up to 36 months. The specific amount of coverage the student will receive depends on how much active service they've had since September 10, 2001. The post 9/11 GI Bill benefit can also be transferred by an active duty service member to a spouse or dependent. It is important to remember that the service member must be active duty. A veteran cannot transfer their post 9/11 GI Bill benefits. So, how does the post 9/11 GI Bill work? The first step is for the student to submit a request to the VA to utilize their post 9/11 GI Bill. From there, the VA will either approve or deny the request. If approved, the student can move forward with registration. Once the student is registered in classes, their enrollment is certified with the VA. The VA then sends the student's tuition directly to the university. Now, what information does the university need from the student in order to approve the use of their post 9/11 GI Bill? If the student is applying for the benefit for the first time, they will need to complete the Veterans Online Application, or the VON app, on the VA website. Completing the VON app triggers the VA to send the student a document called a Certificate of Eligibility, or a COE, which outlines the details of the student's GI Bill entitlement. Once the VON app is submitted, the student should be encouraged to take a screenshot of the confirmation page. It is important that the student takes this step because it can take the VA up to 30 days to process their VON app and send their COE. In the meantime, the university will offer preliminary benefit approval if VON app submission is confirmed. Once the student receives their COE, they should submit it to the military benefits team as soon as possible. The last piece of information needed is the student's active duty service dates. This information is used by the military benefits team to estimate a student's level of coverage until their COE is received. If the student has applied for their benefit previously, they will need to submit their most current COE, or they can submit their statement of benefits from the VA website, which lists the same information regarding benefit coverage. The student will also need to complete a 22-1995 change of location request on the VA website. This will update their educational benefit to reflect that they are now attending the university. Submission of the 22-1995 will also trigger the VA to send an updated version of the student's COE, which can take up to 30 days. For that reason, the student is encouraged to submit a screenshot of the confirmation page once the form is complete. When speaking with students who are utilizing the post 9/11 GI Bill, there are several important questions admission counselors need to ask in order to direct the student through the appropriate next steps. The most important question to ask is if the student has ever applied for the benefit in the past. As described earlier, the information required for approval differs depending if the student has applied for the benefit previously. The answer to this question will help admission counselors direct students through the appropriate next steps. The next question to ask is if the student has used the benefit before. This will help gauge the student's familiarity with the process and the documentation required. It will also help to gauge how much support the student may need with securing their benefit. If the student has used the benefit before, a good follow-up question to ask is if they typically receive full coverage under their GI Bill. If the student does not receive full coverage, it is important to determine if they have a plan for funding the remainder of their tuition not covered by the GI Bill. This way, the admission counselor can direct them to the appropriate resource to determine the next steps for funding. Now that you have completed the overview, take some time to review the resources on the Post 9/11 GI Bill included in this section of the Hub. The resources provided include Next Steps email templates to send to prospective students and job aids to help admission counselors direct students through the next steps. You can also test your Post 9/11 GI Bill knowledge with the included quiz to help increase your confidence when speaking with prospective students. Congratulations, and thank you for completing the Post 9/11 GI Bill overview. We hope this resource will be helpful as you support your military students through the enrollment process. If you have any questions, please reach out to your team lead or to any veteran admission counselors on your team.